Hello there, Virgo. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com. Clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. And this is going to be a reading for all you Virgos out there for the month of August 2016. And what I've done here for you is I've pulled 4 cards for the month of August, and we're going to use the bottom card for the overall view of the month. I don't believe that these cards, and we'll pull angel card at the end, I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week for you. They might in some cases, but I really don't. Usually they're like going to blend together throughout the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading for you. But and I'm not an astrologer, so I looked this up for you. The emphasis for the month of August is going to be in your 12th house. So that would be like the subconscious, anything that's hidden, all like behind the scenes activity, your confidential private matters. I'm trying to think when I was reading it up, charities, welfare, interest, any like self-limitations or, self-analysis. It's the internal, the unconscious mind, the inside of us for the month. And because I'm an empath, it's easier for me to speak as if I'm you. So when you hear I, all of us are Virgos right now. And I was getting, all of us Virgos out there are Frankie right now. What I was getting for you was a couple words before I started the reading. And those words were faith and purpose and expectancy. And these cards are very interesting for the month, I might say, because the way they're looking, it's like we might have a few things going on underneath the surface there, Virgo, for us for the month. The first card I got was the World card, and that's the overall view for the month. And the World card, and it means that everything's coming together, it's all falling into place for us, materially, physically, everything. But in this case, the World card's in reverse. So it's showing me that I'm being offered maybe way too many choices, and I can't figure out which one it is I'm supposed to take, or I'm starting to understand in my life, because it's in reverse, that there's more to the universe, or more in heaven and earth than I ever thought was possible. And a lot of times when this World card comes up in reverse for us, it means that we may be looking into different levels of reality, or being experiencing different facets of ourself or our personality, which would make sense being as these are 12th house issues, or and we may be doing a lot of investigation. Like they said, there's more in heaven and earth than we know about, so we could be doing a lot of investigation. And since this is a general reading, I'd advise you to look at your moon and your rising sign also, because then we can usually get a little bit more information. But they were saying faith and expectancy and purpose, and it feels like there's new things that I am undertaking. So perhaps I went through a divorce or a separation. I'm saying this based on the other cards that I'm seeing in the reading also. But, but maybe I learned a lot because of it. Maybe I'm changing my career, or I'm adding like a new creative project in, and I got to have a lot of expectancy and think for the best, of what's going on. Or if I'm creating something beautiful, because our first card for the month is the 3 of Cups. And that's an excellent card, Virgo. We are in good shape, and we're partying hardy. It is cause for a celebration. Perhaps we've completed a project or got a new, maybe we made the choice with this world card here, or maybe just knowing that this world card's upside down makes us move forward into the appropriate choice for us, because that word faith is strong. And when we have faith, we step into that flow of grace, because and it's showing me that that was okay, because the party is okay, the celebration's okay, but I've gotta step forward, gotta make that choice. I've gotta put light on any obstacles that are in my path that's going to help me make that choice. Maybe, well, with this Three of Cups card here, maybe I need to work on making, friends out of my enemies, something that's really seriously along that line, or bringing more people into my sphere of influence that can be, perhaps because it is a general reading, enjoy my creative prospects, celebrate with me because I've made appropriate choice, or started looking further into like boosting my self-confidence about the projects that I do, or if I've went through a separation or a divorce, seeing the best side of it, like this was for the best, and I feel better about these things. And you'll understand that in just a minute, because the next card here is the Sun card, and the Sun card means that I've stepped into that flow. I've stepped right in it. I got an idea for a beautiful creation, or I know that, I'm getting out of this divorce or separation or some type of a material loss, and going forward with my purpose, and I'm, everything's good. The Sun card can mean even something, well, it's not a simple thing, trust me, like remodeling my home, or some kind of creative endeavor that I'm bringing forth that's gonna give me finances. Or perhaps if we are suffering a loss, maybe this is creating the expectancy, I almost couldn't get that word out of my mouth, expectancy, like let's say alimony, child support, the other person is paying what we are due, to get whatever. It feels really good, even with that World card upside down, because that is put me in a position where I'm making the choice, and I'm making what they're telling me is I am making a right choice. So let's not dream ourselves up any difficulties, right? Because the next card, or the reason I'm saying this is because the next card is the Queen of Swords that we have here. And a lot of times when we have the Queen of Swords, well, I always think she's cutting to the chase. If you see that little rope around her wrist, she just chopped that right off and nothing's tying her down, right? But in this case, the Queen of Swords is in reverse, which tells me that maybe, if this is a person in my life, maybe I'm like going, I don't know how to phrase this the way they're telling me it, like going beyond in my mourning, like extending my process of mourning, or that I lost something and I'm crying about, oh, fate did this to me again and I can't get any further, and those kind of things, But here I am looking at this faith and expectancy and making that choice with that World card, to bring forth something really good. And what this says is cut to the chase. Cut my losses, cut to the chase, quit whining about the past, quit keeping myself in that mourning period way beyond. It's like my mother, when I was little, used to call me the drama queen, And obviously, it's probably pretty true. It's like when you cry and cry and cry about the same thing and you can't change it, you know. But if the next card we have here, which is why I thought the reading was so fascinating, because we have these wonderful cards, you know, make the choice, have a party, the sun's going to come forward and everything's going to be good to go. And then we have the Nine of Wands. And to me, nine's completion anyhow. It's like I'm finishing up, you know, the end dregs of anything, you know. And this one here looks like I got a lot of lessons in it and made it through the battle. You know, I'm maybe a little bit scarred, but I got some lessons. But when this card in this case is in reverse, and when the Nine of Wands comes up in reverse, you know, it's just telling me I've came through all these battles, so I'm not supposed to stagnate any longer. So if this Queen of Swords is a situation, you know, I'm going to cut to the chase, tie up the losses. If the Nine of Wands here is, I'm not going to stay stuck in these situations. I am fighting a losing battle. If this is a situation, I'm fighting a losing battle. I'm cutting it out of my life. I'm making the choice because I have a gift here. You know, maybe my stubbornness is a quality. You know, maybe it's a quality. I'm being obstinate. You know, maybe that's part of my gift, that I'm going to use these things wisely. Maybe I've had a failure. Let's say I had a failure, but to me, Frankie, there is no such thing as failure, Virgo. What failure is one step further on our road to success. Remember that expectancy. So if it's a situation, because this is a general reading, this Queen of Swords here is a situation that was around me, I'm cutting my losses. I'm going to use, with this Nine of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse, I'm not going to see any of these things as failures. They are one more step on my path to success. So I'm not going to take on all the world's problems as my own, right? I'm moving forward, period. Making my choices, making my decisions, having my celebration over the things that are going good, because overall we have two, you know, major arcana cards, and we have this Sun card, which I can't get the glare off of you, but that to me is like wonderful. There is no reason for me not to have faith in my abilities to perform my purpose. So we don't want to wallow. Sit in it and wallow is not going to do us any good. So we're going to see these little blurps in the road, or little things we tripped over in the road, or the little project that didn't quite work right, as one more step on our road to success. And that's the end of that. We're going to clean it up. We're going to move forward in August. You know, and if this project, or however it's going for us, each one's individual, you know, we're going to get ourselves rested. We're going to go forward with that party. We're going to have the sun shining down on us materially, whatever. If something's not working for us, we're moving it out of the way. And these are things that are internal, because they're all in the 12th house. These are our secret things inside of ourselves. You know, the things that we deal with, or the ideas that we need to change, you know, in our own lives and our own past. The things that what did they say to us about that world card? There's more in heaven and earth. So maybe it's a little time for us to go internally and evaluate that, because there's a lot of really good things coming. So I always say, and when I was teaching years ago, I used to tell my students, if you undertake the responsibility for a reading, you know, and you're having a really bad day, you have to stand up and do what you said you were going to do. Tomorrow, go suck your thumb. They actually made me a baby doll like that, that's sucking her thumb because I said it too much. This is what is happening off and on through the month. But, you know, if we look at it, and if this thing didn't work out, it was one more step forward, look at the things that we have that did. And if this is a person in our lives, don't wallow in it. If it's time to cut them loose, cut them loose. They're saying, spirit is simple, people are complicated. I think we complicate our own lives a lot of times, but all in all, it looks really good. And being as it's in the 12th house, 12th house, the astrological thing, I'm thinking that maybe it's something we're working on to bring forward into the external world, and perhaps we want to change a few viewpoints on it before we present ourselves out there, you know, because as Virgos, we're very meticulous and we create beauty and harmony in our lives, and that is very important to us, all the details. And if we're organized, we drop right into that grace, right? It's just the natural flow of things, and we have faith in it and we expect it. Guess what our angel card is? Kind of interesting. It's giving and receiving. Can you see that, Virgo? Giving and receiving. So I'm assuming somewhere along here they're going to tell us to be open and don't give too much, and if something's not working for us, cut it loose. You know, let's see what it says here. It says the entire universe. What were they saying to us? There's more things in heaven and earth, right? The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. That's really interesting. So what they were telling us with the cards was, if it's not working for us, cut it loose. If we are dwelling in it and thinking, oh, that's the most horrible failure I ever had in my life, think of it as like, I'm just removing that one, it didn't work for me, and move forward, right, with it. Let's see what else this set has to say. These are Doreen Virtue Angel Oracle cards, the daily guidance one. Anyhow, the angel sends this card to you because your giving and receiving ratio has been out of balance lately. If you've been giving much more than receiving, you've likely been feeling that others are taking advantage of your kindness. If your imbalance is in receiving more than giving, you may have felt uneasy, depressed, or even guilty. While it's impossible to perfectly balance giving and receiving each day, you can strike a healthy balance. To do so, make sure you give something like time or money or a gift or a compliment on a daily basis without expecting anything in return. On the same day, be a gracious receiver to unexpected offers of help or compliments or other gifts. Say thank you without embarrassment or guilt. In relationships where you're the primary giver, express your needs and ask for help. And that's kind of like that Nine of Wands card there in reverse they were showing us. The additional meanings for this card is, in your relationships, make sure you both give and receive. The situation you're asking about requires balanced male and female energies. To receive, first you must give. Tithe whatever it is you need more of, time, money, items, and so on. affirm, I now receive good graciously into my life. And, if this is a situation around us, that we really need to cut, or a person or something that we really need to cut out of our life, perhaps we were giving too much and it's not coming back, then this is the time. What they're saying is move forward, because these other cards are wonderful. And the words were faith, expectancy, purpose. And if I give and receive appropriately, I get to have a party. I get the sun shining on me. I make the right choice. And I cut that which does not belong in my life anymore. And I don't wallow in it or whine about it. Just move on forward. And every single failure just added to my success. And I created beauty. Either beauty in the outward world by my creative endeavors, or beauty within, or beauty period in the situations in my life. Beauty, harmony, grace, and flow. Well, Virgo, that's our reading for August of 2016, and I want to tell all of you how much I appreciate your likes and your shares and your comments. I really enjoy it, and I appreciate all the time that you spend with me. And if you'd like to know more about me, there's information down below this on the screen here, or you can go to the website. All of the information for setting up an appointment with me is there. And I want to thank all of you that I've been meeting through appointments. It's really been fun. I enjoy it. All of you, I enjoy them, and thank you so much for trusting me with your lives. And I will hopefully see you next month. Bye-bye.